What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Every Week We Follow. I don't know why we're here. This is going to be horrendously depressing. I'm not going to lie. I want to try and keep the energy up, keep us talking, because that's the only way people watch these things. But if you are new here, please do subscribe, give us a like. Let us know down in the comments what you thought.
Keep the energy up
last night.
Keep the energy up.
What did you think of that performance last night? Is our season done? Are we just? Are the wheels completely come off the wagon now? Is Emery insane? Does he not? Is he doing the same things week in, week out?
Insane in the membrane.
Outcome. It is the definition of insanity. Gary, yesterday, mate, we were at the game. We saw the lineup. I'll tell you what, actually, let's get the lineup. Let's get the lineup up. Here we go. So here is... Where the fuck is the lineup? Oh, here. Lineup. There's this nice button here called lineup. Here on the left-hand side, this is our lineup. So Martinez, Cash, Concert, Mings, Matson, Dougie Luiz, Onana, Rogers, Buendia, Bailey, Watkins. What?
Mate, you said it. You just said it right. Let's keep the energy up because it keeps people engaged. Well, hello. Well, that's good advice for the Villa. Keep the fucking energy up so we can keep the fans engaged. What the fuck?
The atmosphere was brilliant. The atmosphere at the start was brilliant.
Mate, look.
Obviously, we got the early goal and everyone was up and everyone was chanting. And even, to be honest, even when we went 2-1 down, well, actually, 2-1 down was at half time. Even when it was 1-1, the atmosphere kept going. They wanted the fans to turn up. The fans turned up. The players did not.
Mate, the sheer yesterday as we were walking to the ground, right? I get that usual butterfly, that excitedness. Like we went to meet Craig from Finalysis. Big shout out! Make sure you download that app as well. You know, go and check it out. Go and like our match reviews, please. That would be very lovely. The more you interact with us, the more popular we get. The more it benefits us to be on the app and all that kind of
jazz.
Thank
anyway, you get from Michael McIntyre. That's about it.
Yeah, you know. So having a Zoom call with Michael McIntyre on the way down to the ground, felt in good spirits. We went and met Craig for Finalysis, and then as we were meeting Craig, the fucking squad was announced. You know, and my whole night was ruined.
I read Ollie Watkins. I just closed it. I went,
yeah.
And then you were like, "Who else is playing?" I was like, "I don't know."
Yeah.
Like, all I know is Ollie Watkins is starting up front.
And Craig said, didn't he? He was like, "Oh, I think you do us over tonight." And we went, "Mate, with that lineup, we're not going to do it. We just it's more or less the same squad that started against Wolves, bar Pau Torres, right, and Luca Digne, and you just go, it's a pattern that Emery has followed. But mate,
is it stubbornness now? Like, is it actually at the point now where because none of us are Emery out, but you can question a manager at different times, right? There's different times you don't question them being here, but you question their decisions and what they're doing, and you're kind of like going, well, what is he seeing? Why is he doing that? And at this point, I'm now going, is he just trying to prove a point? Is he just like? But surely he's looking at that. I mean, this is the first time after a game, by the way, where I've heard him go, "We're in a bad place. We're in a bad moment here." This is, and I think he said at 4-1, he was like, he kind of said, I didn't know what to do, but he was kind of like, we need to find a way to change this. We need to try and work out, struggling to find ideas.
And he's not wrong, and I'm not Emery out, but this result and this performance is solely at his feet. He chooses the team. Like, it's unacceptable right now to, like you say, what is he seeing in the likes of Bailey and Watkins, right? And if he's defending, they go, oh, well, look, they created the goal. But, okay, so you play well for 10 minutes and then don't do anything for the rest of the game.
I actually thought, and I think we have a different opinion on this, I thought the first half, I thought it's the most energy and anything I've seen from Watkins.
Oh, no, okay. I'm not disputing that. I said to you, right, in terms of work rate in that first half, it wasn't too bad. Watkins did chase stuff down. I'll give him that, right? But that's not enough, right? Yeah. And also, you need every player for that energy, and so that wasn't there. It's pointless Watkins chasing down 70-yard closing down if the people behind him are 15 yards behind him. It's pointless. Chelsea I think you have to give them their flowers, mate. They absolutely played us off the park. Their 1-2 passing in between the lines was super. We didn't get anywhere near them. It was men against boys.
So much space in the midfield. Like Dougie and Onana, like we keep going, and I know obviously there's the whole and obviously Dougie got his goal. Lovely finish, by the way. Cheeky finish. Lovely dummy. And finally, Bailey went at a player, and to be fair, I felt like Bailey in that first half felt like he could get at Hato, and I felt like he could have him, and it felt like that way.
Well, but the problem with that was, mate, he did it twice and then went missing.
No, I agree.
Mate, I am.
But Dougie and Onana.
I've rang the police this morning and I've reported him missing. Right, so if anyone sees Leon Bailey, right, we're going to get his face on milk cartons. Right, I'm going to go on Sky in 45 minutes and we're going to ask where Leon Bailey is, right, because I'm really concerned about his welfare, genuinely.
Well, you're calling the police about Bailey going missing, and like I'm watching Emi Buendia just being a complete charity case in the middle of the pitch, just giving things away.
Mate, Buendia's not missing. Buendia's dead. He's lying in the gutter somewhere, buried.
Have the ball and score a goal. Have the ball. But Dougie and Onana, right? So Onana was £50 million. What was it, 2 seasons ago?
Yep.
So he's been in this system for a while, okay? And he's played alongside Tielemans or McGinn or Kamara. All of a sudden, he's now next to Dougie. And he's just like a shadow of himself. Like, he's playing so within himself. He's sitting back in the back four. I'm like, mate, you're meant to pick up the ball. You're massive. Pick up the ball, drive us forward, take the game and drive it forward. He's just shadowing. You got Luiz, who's just giving the ball away, silly fouls, too lightweight. It's just not. He's all the things we knew he was. So there was the nostalgia thing of him coming back. And we were like, he's the one that knows the system. So look at it, but we know he can't do it.
He's not at the level. He's not at the level, mate.
These players. That we're trying to keep the system going. And I've heard this on a couple of podcasts, and I completely agree with it. And I think we've kind of alluded to it before as well, that the players we're missing, we can't keep trying to play the same system. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
We can't do it. They're not good enough.
Mate, and the problem is, like, it's as a professional outlet, we shouldn't be like you. The players can't use that as an excuse, right? And Emery can't use that as an excuse. You can't. I know they don't publicly, but
you mean missing players?
Yeah, you have to. No, you absolutely have to step up to the plate. And Onana, for that £50 million price tag, should be the main man in midfield. What's going on? I'm flipping.
Sorry, mate.
Right. I am flipping out. Right. He should be the one that's kind of driving that forward. So once 100%. McGinn got injured, he should be the engine. He should be the fight and the desire.
The space Chelsea got, it was so easy.
Yeah, it was so easy.
I'm going to have a fucking rant about Ezri Konsa. Now, I love Ezri Konsa. He's been incredible. He's been incredible. But these last 3 games, mate, moaning at the Leeds game, moaning at the Wolves game, and then puts in a performance like that, mate. Yeah. Oh my God. Like I thought we thought Bogard looked bad, but then I've watched stuff back and I've gone, Konsa's fucking all over. João Pedro ran him ragged.
Yeah.
Ragged.
Mate, it was a disaster class, mate, in defence. It really was. Like, how easy Chelsea got in with that ball win between the fullback and Konsa was shocking. It truly was. It was too easy. Chelsea could have had probably 6, 7. It could have been so much worse.
I mean, these were the ratings, just so you're aware. So, like, these are the ones that FUT mob. This isn't for analysis, but these are the FUT mob ratings. Yeah. Like, Konsa was the worst player on the pitch, apparently.
Mate,
how's Bailey got 7.3? Can I just say, what the fuck?
I don't know, mate. That's wrong, isn't it, mate? It was Watkins for me again, because first half he ran around a little bit, but Watkins not staying on side for the goal that could. If we go 2-1 up, mate, maybe the game tilts in our favour. But I'm not convinced, in terms of, look at that heat map.
Mate, they're the shots he had. 2.
Well, he had 1 shot that the keeper saved in the first half, didn't he? Then he didn't stay on side. And then the chance he missed at the start of the second half, just after after we conceded the 3rd goal, I don't know what's going through his head. He just he tries to go around the goalkeeper, and I haven't got a problem with that. But then he just gets bullied off the ball.
I actually thought he'd done it. I was like, he literally gone around the keeper, and I was like, he's complete. It's open, gaping. It's brilliant. But he's just literally gone around the keeper into 3 players.
Yeah. Mate, there's no. It's just a poor decision, and goals change. I'm not saying we'd have got anything from the game, but if that goes 3-2,
goals change games. You're 100% right.
100% maybe. Either way, his bullshit decision making again has cost us. Against Wolves at the start, mate, I am bored to death, and I don't how anyone can defend Ollie Watkins now is beyond me. And the only thing I can think of, like I said to you, I read a stat today on the Premier League app that is the XG. That's the only thing that is keeping Unai Emery going. He's my man because he scored 8 goals, right, which gives him an XG, and his XG is 9.69, right. So I have 2,158 minutes played, right. He's close to that. That's the only thing, and we all know that's bullshit in terms of what that means as a figure, right? Because it is fundamentally costing us points now. And if Tammy comes on, hits the bar with a header, looks a little bit more lively, but he has 20 minutes again. I just don't understand if Unai Emery is that stubborn, to not change it, then our season's over, mate. It is over. If we don't change things and try something different, we're screwed. I think even going to Cash had to come off at half time, right? Hopefully that's.
This is another theory on why he's playing. So if you want to download the Finalysis app and you want a bit of banter, this is the kind of stuff you get in the feeds. J-Rig, I love this. I'm pretty sure at this point Watkins has evidence that Emery is in the Epstein files.
I think that is absolutely great. It's got to be, mate. That is the greatest.
It's the greatest comment I've ever seen on anything. That is absolutely freaking brilliant. It made my day.
Because it just makes no sense. No output, no goals, no assists. And
we're not saying, and this is what I was saying to people at the game. I was like, we're not saying that Tammy's going to come in and just banging goals.
No.
I'm not saying that. But what Tammy is going to do is going to give us I think the fans in general a lift. Yeah. You don't know if it potentially would give the players a lift. Maybe the players are like, why is Watkins keep starting? I don't have faith in giving him the ball. I don't feel like he's going to score. And 2, it's just, I don't know. It just gives everyone a massive lift, and it just feels like, and it gives us and that was the point I was trying to think. The second one was it feels like it gives us a better chance of winning. Not saying we're going to score loads of goals, but I think it's going to give us a better chance of doing that, because every time he comes on, he looks hungry. He looks like he wants it. He holds the ball up well. He flicks on for other players. In front of goal, he seems relatively clinical. His decision-making's decent. He's got a bit of pace. He's got strength. He can probably stay fucking onside when the ball played to him. It's how many times you said off air? How many times has Watkins has been caught offside this season?
17 times.
17? Now, I don't know how that compares to other players.
Yeah.
But yesterday, okay, let's get a little bit onto that, right? Into the offside. There was 2 offside calls, right? And the 2 VAR checks. Now, I understand by the letter of the law and by this new technology and stuff that it was offside. He is a toenail he's got a slightly knobbly knee. So maybe that just peeks over. Whatever it is, right? He's technically offside. But the point of the offside rule is that it's about not giving the attacker too much of an advantage. Now, it used to obviously be when it was by a human, it was the idea of giving the attacker the benefit of the doubt, right?
Yeah.
There, it's come on, man. Where's the advantage there? He's not getting an advantage. And like you said, and we both said, and immediately after giving offside, I ranted. I was like, it's basic. He's got he's in so much space. He can see the defender. He's looking down the line.
Yeah.
Stay onside. You don't need to be that close to being offside to get that chance.
Mate, he could have stayed 2 yards onside and still got the ball and been played in. He didn't need to be like that. And that's the frustrating thing. This is this is why he's not good enough. And I don't want to see him start another game for Villa. I just don't look at this. This doesn't mean that I don't like him as a player, and it doesn't mean I don't appreciate what he's done. But look, you can't keep living in the past. That 23-24 season was amazing, but look at the difference in the stats of this, mate. Right at this stage of the season compared to that, right? In 23-24, he'd had 86 shots. Right, he'd had 231 touches in the opposition box. Right, compare that to now. Right, he's had 133 touches in the opposition box. Right. And 40 shots.
He's had half the amount of shots. Now is that? I suppose a lot of people, the thing that people have constantly kept on saying is he's not getting the service, and I think that's potentially, part of it. We're not getting it to him like we used to. I feel like we're.
So my question is, mate, why is that not happening?
Well, the players that are touching the ball the most, I think, if we probably look at the stats, is the back four. They're the team that are touching the ball the most. Whether that's a team that are playing the low block on us, we're just passing it along that back four. Or yesterday. So the first half, let's get a bit back to the game. The first half.
He did all right first half, Watkins, to be fair.
Well, I think the team, I was kind of like, okay. Like
second half.
We were 2-1 down. And I feel like we were 2-1 down without Chelsea even really needing to do anything. Like they didn't really need to try.
Yeah, two very easy goals, mate.
There's chances at either ends. It looked like neither team could defend, really. But I felt like we were getting them on transition. Like we were actually playing with a little bit more tempo. And it felt like we were in the game in that first half. And I kind of think, and unfortunately, that second goal was a sucker punch. Like such a bad time to concede a goal. Probably put all the heads down and everything. But then the second half, what you want from there is much like the first. You want energy,
yeah,
tempo, and you want to go at it and get that goal back. Get that goal back. Put them on the back foot. We're the home team. We should be trying to dominate this, and we should be pushing to beat them 3-2. We came out, and we were slower. We were passing the ball along the back four way more than we did in the first half. The only thing I can think was that Emery felt we need to really heavily bait their press. They're pressing us really high, and we need to really drag them out to create more space for us to have that space. But I was like, but we were getting the space in the first half by playing quicker tempo. Yeah. So why did we just basically turn into walking football in that second half?
Yeah, mate, I think one of the biggest concerns for me was, as the half went on, was the body language. Even from the start, it wasn't great. It was, like I think, Buendia for that third goal, mate. That pass, it wasn't even a pass at this one.
It was a nice. It looked like it was going to be a nice little interchange of play, and then he just passed straight to play, and I was literally like, "Oh my god, they're in!" Like there's like four players banging down a goal. They're literally.
I mean,
ripping through.
Disaster class, mate, because Martinez pushes the ball directly straight out to Palmer, and it was. But that obviously killed the game, and then from that third goal, the body language of all the players was one of I've just given up. Like Rodgers looked like, I mean, look,
Rodgers had a stinker, mate. Rodgers was poor.
He again, I'll go back to the comments after the Wolves game when they, both him and fucking Emery had both said that we've had a good season, and then you look at that performance yesterday. And it says they've given up almost, mate. Like it was the only bright spark is a young 19-year-old Rodgers clone who comes on, by the way, and moves and talks and walks and strides like Morgan Rodgers. He's got to start for me. Like I just
but mate, Alisson.
Alisson, yeah, Rodgers' is love child, mate, or brother, or whatever.
Mate, honestly, it was bizarre, wasn't it? I was like looking at him. And I was like watching him just stand, even just stood there, and then just like a little walking. I was literally just watching him next to Rodgers, and they look like clones. They look like they were both moving the same. I was literally going, "This is weird." Like it was really odd.
Mate, I've got some footage. I'm going to put it up on TikTok, so go and check it out. I might put it as a short.
There was that chance, wasn't there? It was a really, really good challenge. I think it was from Hato potentially.
Yeah, yes.
And it was a really good run. It was a lovely run,
brilliant ball.
But it's just, mate. I mean, Rodgers. So back to Rodgers here. So 46 touches, 4 in the opposition box, 4 in the entire game, 2 passes into the final third. He's had, what was it here? He's had 2 shots. No, he's had 3 shots in total in the entire game, 1 on target. Like, it's just not. It's not good enough for someone who's meant. I mean, also, I don't say that he's a problem. He's everywhere.
Yeah,
he's everywhere, which I don't know if that's good or bad. If I'm honest, I'm kind of like, he's everywhere, but I want him to stay in the places where he's going to affect things. Whereas I feel like yesterday he was searching, he was trying to get involved, and the amount of times where I was like, he's either giving the ball away or.
I think that's more of a good thing because he wants to be involved, mate. Like, I haven't got a problem with Rodgers per se. I think it's like he's still the guy that can change things. I think he works hard enough, and he didn't have he wasn't his best performance by a country mile yesterday. But there were, don't get me wrong, there was. I mean, I've rated all of my players not higher than 55 on Finalysis, mate. Like they were.
Mate, I didn't give anyone above 45.
Yeah, I gave Alisson 55, mate, because I thought he looked like a bright spark, and I think other than that, we didn't really do anything to warrant anything better. It was a really poor performance. Like I say, it feels. It feels like the beginning of the season again in those first 5 games where maybe something's not quite right in the dressing room.
How many times do you reckon Bailey touched the ball yesterday?
7.
Okay, that's definitely more than that. Obviously, bearing in mind, Rodgers touched it, 47 times. Buendia touched it 27 times. Like, he touched it 18 times in the game.
I was close, mate. I didn't even register that. That must have been like the ball coming off him when it was kicked against him to go out for a throw, because I generally only remember him controlling the ball and 7 times. Like,
well, the player with the most touches of the ball was Maatsen, 90.
Yeah. Mate, he's a brightest spark. Like, he tries to get things forward, but
he was caught. It was
sloppy in possession, and kind of he's trying to get forward, and then that first goal, he's out of position. That ball's played over. Like, I don't know what Konza was doing for that first goal, mate. Like, trying to play offside or whatever. But like, he's clearly on. We just don't deal with it. I mean, the goals are so poor to watch back when you watch them. Like, from a defensive point of view. Well, that's the $1 million question, right? Because ultimately, we've spoke about this over the last few weeks, right? Where we go, well, what do we do? Because let's be faced, these performances have been building up, right? The loss against Everton, the loss against Brentford, the draw at Bournemouth, the narrow victory over Brighton, which was a narrow, but it wasn't a good performance. Leeds at home, and again another shaky performance. Like, they've been coming, and then the Wolves one was the worst for me.
Well, you expect a response, right? Like, from that, you expect this play. I mean, arguably, I wonder where Emery's picked this team because he's like, right, these guys, they're gonna show me that wasn't good enough, and they're gonna give me something here.
No. Like, the fact of the matter is, mate, unless he makes changes, the same thing will happen again. And now we've got this is it. This next 12, 14 days, right, where we've got to play Lille, Man United, right? We either
even West Ham, top 5. That West Ham game's now massive, and like,
well, yeah, but before the West Ham game,
against West Ham, mate.
Before the West Ham game, if we lose,
if we go out Europa League,
if we lose to Lille and we lose to Man United, then we play Lille again and go out of the Europa League, season's over. Season's done. Because ultimately, Chelsea are playing like that, will finish in that top 5. If they play like that against, but I thought they were excellent yesterday. Really good to watch. That was a good standard of football. Yes, Liverpool lost, but again, we're giving other teams incentive. If you want to be positive about it, Newcastle beat Man United. We are still on level on points, so that Man United game's huge now. But
it makes it more frustrating.
Yeah, it does.
It makes it more frustrating because once again, we've had an opportunity to like extend the lead or cement a play, and once again we've just thrown it away.
Bottled jobs, mate. We are like, this is what I'm talking about. It's the lack of experience from the players, and I just don't understand. Even when people say that, like, it is a lack of experience because you haven't got it's the mentality, right? Because like you said there, where's the response? Whereas that you can't do what you did for the first 20 minutes just for 20 minutes. That's got to be 90 minutes intensity, mate. And it should be, well, if you can't do that for 90 minutes, do it for as long as you possibly can. Then we sub you off and get the players on that can. Because I thought Barkley, when he came on, was okay yesterday, very more direct. Alisson, when he came on, like, I would rather see now, like Emery make some positive changes and go, right, Louise, you're out the team. Barkley, in you go. Right, Alisson, Sancho, right? Start them with Tammy up top, right? Play Rodgers in the 10, right? Just try something different, right? Even if he's going to persevere with Watkins, which I think he will do, fine. Do something else different. Play Watkins and Tammy together, right? Put Watkins out on the left, Tammy up top, Rodgers in the middle, Sancho on the right. Just try something a little bit different. And for the love of God, please don't ever play Bogard at right back, regardless. Play Lindelof there. Right, just do something different. Please don't put Bogard at right back, because I feel for the kid, mate. He was absolutely, might as well come on with no pants on yesterday, and everyone just laughed at him. Do you know what I mean? It was ridiculous.
He made a couple of good challenges, but like we said, without any protection from Conte, he was just getting
mate. It's not about. That's not saying that Bogard's a bad player. He's just not a fucking right back and can't play there, right? No. And he should have started for me alongside Onana instead of Douglas Luiz, and then he could have brought Lindelof off at right back when Cash went off injured. That's it. Like, I need at this point to know what Unai Emery is seeing in these players, that he's consistently picking them, because obviously he knows more than I do. He knows more than you do, right? It's in Emery we trust. But for my word, this makes no sense. It is literally the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. It doesn't happen. Like, this is it now. This 14-day period is our season in a nutshell. So how much do these players want it? How much they want to stand up and be counted for? They can either finish in the Champions League spots and win the Europa League, right? That's a pretty good incentive. Or it peters off to nothing. Can you ask yourself the question, what the fuck is going on in that dressing room? Because it feels like the start of the season where you've got little rumours flying around about fucking Rodgers leaving, Martinez departing, and we know that disrupts them. If for PSR, SCR reasons, we have to sell by June the 30th, I'm not saying that's the facts, but if that was the case, then players will know now that that's fucking happening. And if it is happening, this is what the result is players down in tools. And that body language at the end of the game yesterday, right, says to me that it's gone again. And we're back at the start of the season. And I think we have to at least give credit to the fans. The ones that stayed around yesterday, right, were singing Villa Till I Die to the players that went up and applauded the crowd, right? We've got a good fan base that love this club and want us to do well. This is not about trying to be perfect or it's about fighting for this, right? Putting this on. And we know they're not fans of our club, and that's fine. But with the money that you get paid, you've got to fucking act like you are. You've got to get on that pitch and show us that you want to fucking fight for the shirt, and not that polished. That's 2 games in a row where there's been no fight, no desire, no passion. It's literally giving up. And that at Premier League level is unacceptable. Our current form is like relegation fodder, mate. It's fucking shit. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that we'll finish in that top probably 6 or 7, but we could drop down to 8th or 9th, mate. Teams could easily kind of catch us if we don't win another game.
This is the first time now I'm looking at it going, I don't think we'll get top 6. Like, I think we'll get
like that. We won't, mate. Playing like that, we won't.
League or something. It's just like we're in that. It's like great, woo. But like it's just, I don't know. It's
what it means, mate.
You're right there with the players, like, because you think about it, right? You've got Barkley, probably not going to be here in the summer. He's probably going to leave. Bailey, we already loaned him out. We just brought him back as an emergency. I think he knows he's probably going to go back out somewhere again. Dougie, I think he knows he's probably not good enough, and we're not going to buy him. Rodgers, there is 100% something in that. He's looking for a new agency. You don't look for a new agent if you're not looking for a move. Like, he's and you can't blame him. He's like at the peak of where he is now.
Yeah,
you can see that Villa have potentially hit a ceiling and are on a bit of a rut. He doesn't want this to continue into next season, and then he has a bad season, and then his stock isn't as high. I think he knows he's probably going to be the one that's let go for financial reasons. So he'll probably go.
His body language at the end, mate. You'd left, but he sat down on the pitch with his head between his knees, and it didn't speak to me of a guy that's there to try and get us over the line. It speaks as if I know I'm on my way out. And look, I know it might just be rumour mill, but without Champions League football, we've spoke about this before. It's what that means for the club going forward. It's a massive concern, mate. It really is. I'm fuming on the inside. I've kept it pretty cool, mate, because like the anger, like I feel like my head's vibrating. I mean, my brain's going like this because, if I start going on, it's just going to be.
I'm not angry.
Waffle.
I don't get angry at the Villa. I don't think, not often. It's just.
It's worse, mate. I'm not angry. I'm disappointed. It's that parent kind of thing.
It's
I'm
that
not angry.
parental
I'm
thing.
fucking
It's like
disappointed in you.
child, right? It's
better.
I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's the disappointment because we know what this team can do, and we know what we have consistently done since Emery has been here. It's not like we've kind of, when teams go, oh, we know that on our day we can beat anyone, but that day is relatively kind of sporadic and rare. No, it's actually we have been consistently a top 4 team for the last 4 seasons. And we are literally showing right now that we barely deserve to be in that top 10. Our form is relegation form. Like that is, if we were further down the league, I'd be sitting there going, oh my God.
We're falling off a cliff. We're falling off a cliff, mate.
Literally falling off a cliff. And with Man U to play next away, who we are not getting anything from.
2 wins in 30 years, mate. What can possibly go wrong?
And Lille, and the 2 legs with Lille. If we come back to Villa Park, I tell you, it feels like if we come back to Villa Park and we're not in the lead,
it's going to be hostile, isn't it?
I don't think we're going to do it. I can't. The thing is, I just can't see us beating anyone at the minute. Anyone?
Not like that.
Wolves, and we lost 2-0. Like who? There's no one else to play.
The fact of the matter is, you're not going to beat anybody if you don't do the basics. If you don't put in the running, if you don't put in the desire to kind of get over the line, if you don't make the tackles, if you don't do what is required, if you don't take your chances at this level, it changes the game and you get punished. It's not rocket science. And this is why maybe there is some fucking secret handshake that gets you into the fucking elite, that kind of they see things that we don't, and what we see is actually not the thing that they see. They're watching a different game, whatever it is, like, because I just don't know how you justify the last 2 performances. The Wolves and Chelsea game, we don't win another game playing like that, mate. Every team will fucking steamroll us. It's as simple as that.
I said you especially, we talk about the running and the easier running we've got. All those teams are fighting for something. West Ham, Burnley, technically still fine. Forest, Spurs. They're all teams who are going to at least have some kind of fight.
Yeah.
And we're going to be like we're just going to power away, and they're just going to bang. I don't know, mate. I don't know. Anyway, I'm fed up with this. You need to wrap it up. Give us your final thoughts to sing out.
My final thoughts is this, right? Big shout out to Kev, who come to say hello to us before the game.
Oh, yeah, shit. Right. I was meant to say that at the start. Right. Thank you, Kev. If you have watched the 33 minutes, thank you very much. Thanks for your support.
That's the code word. The code word in the comments below, please. If you got to this far, is Kevin. Right? Yep. Mention Kev.
Kev or Kevin. Happy with that.
He's a subscriber, top G. We had a little bit of a chat with him before the game. He come up and had a selfie. He was cool, mate. Like if you ever do,
he was asking us, how do you comment?
Yeah.
Mate, we showed him how to comment.
It's a guy, our old generation, he's like, I don't really understand the technology. So we showed him how to do the comments. So Kev, make sure you drop a comment in below. Thank you for the subscription, and please, guys, follow us. We're on that journey. We know it's a consistent one, so we appreciate all the love and support. And we'll just keep going, right? But unlike the Villa, who seem to have given up, and that is it's hurting my heart. I am about to go on Sky TV and talk about this, right? And it's just, they're going to bite me. I'm scared I'm going to lose my shit on national TV here because my heart's beating already. I'm raging. And I might just go in, mate. Watkins is going to get it.
Just be like the players. And just go in on every player. Just go in. It'd be great content. Do it. It's going to be brilliant TV. I'm going to record it. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, record it because it's happening in the next 15 minutes. So if you are tuning to Sky Sports Fan Zone, I'm going to be on FC, whatever it's called in the morning, Bank Club.
Is it on main event? I think it's on main event and on news.
Main event, Sky Sports News as well. It'll be on it. So because they do it from 9 till 12 or whatever it is. Yeah. So yeah, look. The question is, for the final thought is, what do we do from here? let us know in the comments. I'm intrigued because for me, I've suggested in the show that we change it up front, we try something different. But if Emery doesn't change it, what does that mean? Does it mean that the players have given up and that the season's over? Because it's in their power. It's still all to play for. 9 games to go. The Europa League, as it stands, we've still got a chance. But playing like that means we haven't. And so these next 2 weeks for me is where we see what the players are actually made of. The only one saving grace is that potentially John McGinn might be back at some point in that 2-week period, right? That can try and galvanise us. But like I said before, we shouldn't be relying on one player to come in and lift the spirits and get us playing. That should be done by, Douglas Luiz knows what it's made of. And he's not at the level, but he can at least fucking get people going. That's, Amadou Onana, £50 million. That's the middle. That's what we need.
By the way, apparently, he was trying to jeer the crowd and the whole end up when we were 4-1 down.
Mate.
Onana's going on. It's like, mate, read the room.
Yeah,
half the stadium left, mate.
Look, we know he's a big personality, but he hasn't shown that on the pitch, and that's disappointing. So these players have got to stand up and be counted, and they will be in the next 2 weeks, and that's the crux of it. I'm going to go and rant on Sky. Hopefully, when we come back on Monday for the weekly review, maybe we can talk about other football matches, the FA Cup, mate, because, it's the one saving grace. We have got 9 days now between this and the Lille game.
I don't like that, though. I think we are better when we have the midweek weekend.
I agree we are, mate, but something needs to happen in that 9 days. He needs to take them away. Whatever he needs to do, he needs to fucking bang their heads together and get them refocused, just like he did at the start of the season when he had that team talk and he was basically, right, we fucking need you committed for the rest for the season, which they agreed to. We haven't finished the season, so if people are going to leave, if Rodgers is on his merry way out and all that, okay, give me 9 games, get yourself to the World Cup, right? Let's get your fucking move, whatever. Show these Villa fans that you're going to give them something as a departing gift, the Europa League, the European places, because this is simply not good enough. So it's 9 days to sort your shit out, Villa, and go to that game away in Lille and show us that you want something, that you want it as a professional. Forget about the fans. Like, what do you want out of your fucking professional playing career? A legacy that you're trying to build. If you're going to move on to bigger and better things, allegedly, then fucking prove it. Because that's what great players do. They leave a legacy behind. They don't just fucking wilter out with nothing. So, I'm massively disappointed today. I'm angry that they've fucked us over. But that's what it is, mate. And as always, we'll be there week in, week out. And I love this club with all my heart, and I'll always have the hope, like I did at the beginning of the game, until that fucking squad was announced. Emery, you're a knob for fucking doing that. Ruined the day before I even fucking got into Villa Park. But as always, every week we follow the boys in claret and blue. Peace, people.